So today we're going to be analysing the Instagram accounts of both Iman Ghazhi and Mike Thurston. Two very big hitters in the self-improvement space right now with two very different Instagram accounts. So first off, I think that as a man, you can't just be an influencer. You're going to need to be something that also influences. You have to know what your USP, your unique selling point is, and then you have to build your personal brand around that. What Mike does better than anyone else, why people know him, why people look up to him, is ultimately, if we look, his physique. Mike knows this and he's built an Instagram around that and he's optimized for that. He's not trying to be subtle, and when you look like this, neither should you be. He's not an influencer, he's a bodybuilder / model, let's be honest, that influences. Iman also knows his USP. He's the face of our generation of entrepreneurship. So he's not an influencer. He's first and foremost a businessman that influences. And as a result of this, he is a lot more subtle than Mike is. He's leaning into this kind of old school luxury vibe. So now let's really dive deep. I'm not doing no surface level analysis. We're going to really go into the psychology behind these. So here we have Mike Thurston, 33 years old, has moved from England to Dubai and has the physique of a stoic Greek philosopher. The primary objective of a high-performing influencer's page is to show one thing: I am successful. And what is success? There's 3 pillars to success, which I'm going to be talking about a lot in this video. Health, wealth, and relationships. These are the 3 pillars of success. So Mike shows off his health pillar by constantly sharing with us his physique. We don't know what Mike's got going on behind the scenes in terms of his personal health. And it really doesn't matter in this context because this is Instagram. And his objective here is to show that he looks healthy, and showing this crazy godlike physique is certainly doing the job. So not only is he displaying good health through his physique, but on top of that, he also shows himself working out. So if we scroll down here, look, it won't be hard to find. We can find a picture of him working out. We can definitely also find a picture of him not just lifting weights, but doing cardio and things like that. And on top of that, if you scroll to the top of his page, you can go onto Mike Thurston Coaching, where his job is literally to teach people how to get into better health, how to look like him. So next we got wealth. As you can see in the location in the top left there, he lives in Dubai. He's there, I think, for most of the year. He's in expensive places. He's wearing nice clothes, as we can see here. He travels a lot as well. So, here's him in Milan, Italy, which tells us he can afford to take time off of work and go to cool places and enjoy life. Yet again, behind the scenes, I don't know how much money Mike has in the bank account, but what I do know is that he has enough to, go to cool places around the world. And in the context of an Instagram analysis, that is what matters. Finally, relationships. Mike shows that he's got friends. There's him sitting with one of his friends and laughing. He also has a podcast, which means he gets to meet up with high-level people, Iman being one of them. A fair amount of Mike's pictures are of him on his own. And for a normal guy, this wouldn't be ideal because when building up an Instagram, you're looking to get as much social proof as possible. And what I mean by social proof is you're trying to tell people, I'm not a weirdo, see? I have friends, people hang out with me and they like me. But Mike doesn't really need to do this because, number one, if you scroll to the top, he's got 1.2 million followers, so he's already got that social validation there. But on top of that as well, there's a purpose to him being on his own. Say, for example, here, he's on his own here, but he's also modeling for his own brand. We can see that's Thirst. He's wearing his own shorts there, so he's not doing it for no reason, and everyone knows that. So why is Mike displaying success? Why is he showing that he's healthy, wealthy, and has good relationships? Well, Mike wants to attract into his life men with high wealth, assumingly, and he wants to network with them. He also wants to attract women of high health, i.e. beauty, and he wants to network with them as well. And why do they want to network with Mike? Well, high-level men also, like Mike, want to increase their wealth, increase their resources. And high-level women want a man who can provide all three things. They want a man that can provide good health. Say for example, if they have a child, he can give good genetics. They want a man that can provide for that child as well, so he's got wealth. And also, they want a man that's a safe choice. They don't want a social outcast. They want someone that's been validated by a group. He's much less likely to be a serial killer if loads of people know him and he's got loads of friends. For Mike, his primary value, and he knows this, is his physique, which is showing that he's in, optimum male health. Whether or not he is or not is besides the point. I don't know if he's natty or not. I don't know any of that. I don't know what he's got going on behind the scenes. I'm just talking about purely in the context of imagery on Instagram. He is trying to tell you, I am the optimum, strongest, best looking, healthy, genetically gifted individual. He then builds a page like this and he says, if you want to look like me, if you want to increase your health to this level, I will help you do that in exchange for you helping me with my wealth pillar. So you pay me for Mike Thurston coaching and training and the app that he's got. And his Instagram is reflecting that exchange. He needs you to want to look like him. And so his pictures are optimized to show his physique. He offers perfect looking health in exchange for your wealth. This is not the case with Iman. That's not what he's trying to do. And that's why his page looks so different. Iman's objective is not for you to look like him, but to be like him. Iman's objective is not to exchange health for wealth, but to exchange wealth for wealth. You give him money and he will teach you how to make more money. Iman, as a businessman, is ultimately a tactician. And the tactician that he's employed here is the 30th law of power, which is make your accomplishments seem effortless. He himself has said he doesn't really try with his Instagram and largely just posts pictures other people have taken of him. So why doesn't Iman, like Mike, put loads of effort into showing off the thing he's known for? Mike's got the best photographers to optimize showing off what makes him special. So it begs the question, why doesn't Iman do the same? I think firstly it's because Mike's Instagram is a very important part of his sales funnel. People discover him, they look at how good he looks, they want to look like him, and then they get funneled to his coaching page. Whereas no one finds Iman's IG account, looks how rich he is, and then wants to make money like him. Iman's funnel starts on his YouTube channel where he gives free information and then funnels people from there. He does sell this drink and he does sell his own glasses as well. But as you can see here, he's not pushing it overtly. I mean, he does put it on his Instagram story sometimes, but there's nothing up there at the moment. And he's not even got it saved as a story on there. If you see it, you see it. Because what Iman's offering is less image orientated, his Instagram, I think, just supports his personal brand rather than it being the forefront of it like it is for Mike. I also think people deep down know how hard it is to look like Mike Thurston. They deep down know they're not ever going to look exactly like this without the genetics. But even if they work as hard as Mike has to get as in optimum shape, it's going to be a lot of work. They know that. They know it's years in the gym. They know it's strict diet, etc. And so when Mike puts maximum effort into his Instagram, it looks great. It looks like he has not left anything on the floor here. It's as good as he could have made it. When he does that, it's not that shocking because it's everything about Mike. It's quite overt how hard he works. Whereas when it comes to making money, I think people don't instinctively know how hard that is. In fact, they're actually hoping that it's way easier than they think it is. If you look at Iman's YouTube, the second most recent video here, he's saying how to get to 10k a month in 2024. That's within 6 months. So he's kind of selling this idea you can make money and you can do it easily. I know for a fact how hard Iman works. I know he works ridiculously hard. And I'm not saying that Mike works hard, Iman doesn't. But what I'm saying is it's in Iman's best interest to super downplay how much work he actually does in order to get people to, take what he's offering, to capitalize on the value that he provides, which is on wealth creation. And so, yeah, his Instagram reflects that. Again, the 30th law of power. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. So yeah, you've got your more standard quality, that's just an iPhone picture taken there. But you've also got, normal selfies in there. That's just something like a normal selfie that a normal young guy would take. And if it's not a selfie, it's just a photograph taken of him. He's not really posing. He's just kind of existing. And that's kind of a main theme in Iman's Instagram. He's just kind of existing and things are just kind of happening. This effortlessness all contributes to the message, which is, I'm just a normal guy and, I don't even really try that hard. But look what I've created, how much wealth I've created, and you can too. For Iman as well, largely because he's a well-off guy, he just is in nice places now. And the background, therefore, of his pictures does a lot of the work for him. So he just exists in these nice places and then the picture just looks good because he's in cool places. This picture is pretty typical for Iman. We see him sat at what's clearly a lovely restaurant. He's surrounded by, I think, 3 here, beautiful women. And meanwhile, he's not interested. It doesn't faze him that he's in this environment. So Iman's optimizing for building an image that he's just made of magic. Like, he's just the same as you. He just sits at tables and is just on his phone, just like you. But because he's made of magic, things just happen around him. This is your dream venue and your dream girls you're around. And like, it's just, for him, it's just not a big deal. Like, it's just because those things just kind of happen. And I'm not saying he's faking it. Like, I'm pretty sure that this is a legit picture. Like, he is actually just sat at that table. He is actually just on his phone. I'm not saying that he's a poser. But what that makes it even better, because I kind of sense it is genuine as well. Like, he genuinely is just completely unfazed by the fact that he's in this environment. Yeah, so another example of it is this, something like this. So Iman's getting on his plane, which he's likely paid for, and then I can't even count the amount of women that are following him onto that plane. He's not bothered, he's not chatting to any of them, he's just like getting on with his own thing. They're all following him. If you look at the body language, a lot of the time it's like him existing, him in on his phone, his attention is elsewhere, and then like there's just women around or looking at him. So yeah, that all contributes to this image that he's trying to push, which is just the life that you want with your crap normal life. I'm joking, I'm exaggerating, but with your normal life, like, you wish you were me, and I don't even like realize that I don't even acknowledge that I'm in this environment. It's good though, it works. Like, I rate it. And of course, just like Mike, Iman displays the 3 pillars of success, which is yet again health, wealth, and relationships. He shows that he's healthy. There's a picture of him by the sea. You can see that he's an in-shape guy, that he works out. And yeah, like Mike, he also shows, a picture of him working out. But see how different it is to the picture that Mike would put. Like, for him, that's just, a very low production value, like iPhone picture of him working out. But it still indicates, like, yeah, I do actually put effort into my fitness. I know he does work out a lot and stuff like that, but I know it's a bit more high production, but yeah, that's him on a run there, stuff like that. It's much more relaxed, but it's still conveying, like, yeah, I'm healthy and I work out and I run and all of that stuff. He's obviously wealthy as well. Like, he's always around luxury stuff. Like, the whole point, the value proposition, like Mike's, is his physique. Iman's that, he's a young entrepreneur, self-made, etc., etc. So everyone knows that he's wealthy, but yeah, he shows it. And see here, like, he's just genuinely showing Hezbollah his watch collection there. Like, he's not flexing it to us and like making a big deal. Like, yeah, again, it's all part of this sort of effortless, like, yeah, it's my life. Yeah, I show, Hezbollah, he's another celebrity, famous. Yeah, I show him my millions of dollars of watch collection. Yeah, just, it comes easy. He also, yeah, shows his relationships. Look, I think it's quite clear that the relationship he has with his mum is most important. So, body language in the picture with his mum, he's looking towards his mum. He gives his attention to his mum. Like, next picture, he's hugging his mum, all of that stuff. So, yeah, this is the number one relationship, important as it should be, family, number one. And then, yeah, he also shows pictures with his friends as well. Here we go. That's some pictures with it was a video with him and a picture being taken with him and his friends, them having a good time. He's not actually in that picture, but you know what I mean. And then yet again, you know, if there's females about, that relationship is a bottom priority for him. He's got better stuff to do. Don't know what he's doing there, but yeah, having a good time. But yeah, notice how all three pillars of success they're shown with all influencers, even women as well. It's, you know, their beauty and how they're on holiday and how they have friends and there are parties and stuff. That's them displaying the three pillars of success. They're having a successful life. So, you know, it's everywhere. It's that knowing what success is and seeing that that's the image that everyone's trying to portray. It really makes things a lot more simple and a lot more digestible, and rather than just this mess of like, why is that happening here and this happening here, it just makes things a lot more easy. I think it's important to understand these things if you want to have a successful life. And there's absolutely, by the way, nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with what Iman's doing, what Mike's doing. In fact, what they're doing requires a lot of hard work, and they're trying to help people, and in turn they then get rewarded for that. And I admire both of these guys, so I think what they're both doing is fantastic. I just think it's just interesting how they have the same goal and they've taken their own personal routes to get there, and they employ different tactics to display that. There's this whole narrative going around right now is that, oh, if you look at too many influencers and look at how good their lives are and then compare it to your life, you then feel depressed because of the gap. When I look at this, I don't get upset, I just get inspired. Like, I think both these are fantastic. I'm like, oh right, yeah, that's a reminder. That's like how life can be. I want to work hard so I can like live that life, and then, you know, as a byproduct, show that off, pass the torch, inspire the next person. Yeah, anyway, that's enough. I'll leave you with that. But yeah, I hope you found this insightful, and hit subscribe if you liked it.